So you're thinking about installing a chimney for a new wood stove or fireplace. That's a fantastic project. But we need to talk, because this isn't like building a deck or painting a room. This is a project where safety isn't just important, it's everything. It's the absolute #1 priority. So what are we actually up against here? You know, the biggest risk you face, it's not about how straight you can cut a piece of wood or how well you use a drill. Nope. The real challenge here is like solving a high-stakes puzzle. And it's a puzzle where every single piece has to fit together perfectly to protect your home and, more importantly, your family from the one thing we all dread, a house fire. Okay, so when you get started, you've really got two ways you can go. On one hand, you can try the piecemeal approach. You go out and try to hunt down all the individual parts yourself. But let me tell you, that path is full of traps. Parts that don't fit together, finding out you're missing a crucial piece halfway through, and the big one, accidentally violating safety codes. Or there's the other path, getting a complete engineered kit. With this, everything is designed to fit like a glove, all the parts are right there in the box, and the whole system is certified safe right from the get-go. And that second path, that's what we're talking about today. It's the all-in-one solution. A complete roof exit kit is built for one reason and one reason only: to take all that stressful guesswork, all that risk, completely out of the equation. The beauty of this is just how simple it is. Think about it. One box shows up on your doorstep, inside is one complete system, and that gives you the one thing you absolutely need: a rock-solid guarantee that every single part in that box was made to work together perfectly. No ifs, and, or buts.
Okay, so we keep saying fully equipped and complete system, but what does that really mean? What's actually in the box? Let's break it down. Let's look at the anatomy of a safe system and see what the essential parts are.
When you look inside a quality kit, you're going to find 4 absolute non-negotiables. These are the cornerstones of the whole thing. You've got your Class A pipe, the roof flashing, a storm collar, and the support brackets. And trust me, every single one of these has a critical job to do. There are no optional parts here. All right, first up, the Class A pipe. This is the absolute heart of your chimney system. Think of it as the superhighway for heat and smoke. It's not just any pipe, it's heavily insulated with multiple walls, and it's engineered to handle insane temperatures. And here's the key takeaway. This is the only kind of pipe that's legally and safely allowed to pass through things that can burn, like the wood in your ceiling and your roof. This is a big deal. Next, let's talk about keeping the weather out. That's the job of the roof flashing. This thing is basically your #1 bodyguard against rain and snow. It's a metal cone that's shaped to match the angle of your roof perfectly, and it creates this amazing watertight seal where the pipe punches through. Get this wrong, and you're not just talking about a drip. You could be looking at thousands of dollars in rot and structural damage down the line. So yeah, it's pretty critical. Working right alongside the flashing is its trusty sidekick, the storm collar. It sounds intense, but it's really a simple but brilliant little piece of metal. It's a band that wraps tightly around the pipe, sitting right on top of the flashing. Its only job is to shield that opening, to make sure rain and snow just slide right off and away. It's like a tiny umbrella for the most vulnerable spot. And finally, we have the unsung heroes of the whole setup, the support brackets. Look, a chimney isn't light, and it has to stand up to some serious abuse from high winds, not to mention just holding its own weight year after year. These brackets are the muscle. They're what physically bolt the chimney to your house, anchoring it and making sure it stays put no matter what the weather throws at it. Okay, so a good kit has all the right parts. That's great, but how do you really truly know that it's safe? You don't want to just take the manufacturer's word for it, right? Well, that's where an official third-party stamp of approval comes in. And in the world of chimneys, the gold standard is called UL103HT. Remember that name, UL103HT. It might just look like a string of letters and numbers, but this is your guarantee of safety. It comes from a company called Underwriters Laboratories. They're basically world-famous independent safety detectives. And when they put this label on a chimney system, it means that system has been through the ringer. And when I say through the ringer, I mean it. To get that UL103HT rating, a chimney has to survive being heated up to an unbelievable 2100 degrees Fahrenheit. Just to put that in perspective, that is literally hotter than flowing lava. Why would they do that? They're simulating the absolute worst-case scenario, a full-blown chimney fire, to prove that the system can handle it and keep your house safe. So what does seeing that label actually guarantee you, the homeowner?
Well, first, it's certified for that crazy extreme heat we just talked about. Second, it proves all the components don't just fit, they work together under pressure as a single system. Third, you know you're meeting the National Fire Safety Codes. And maybe most importantly, it's that verified third-party peace of mind. It's not just a company saying it's safe, it's an independent expert saying it.
All right, let's wrap this up and get to the final takeaway here. The big idea is to shift how you think about this project. You're not just building a chimney, you're installing a complete safety system. And this quote right here really nails it. A safe installation isn't about finding the parts, it's about trusting the system. The goal should never be to become a detective trying to track down a dozen different parts and just hoping they all play nicely together. The smart move, the safe move, is to choose a single system that's already been designed, engineered, and tested to be safe from the start. So, I'll just leave you with this one last question to think about. When it's your home we're talking about, your family, your safety, is trying to cobble it all together yourself really a gamble worth taking?